I have just recently started playing Mass Effect 3. And I have no idea why I haven't before. Well, there's reasons, but I was so heavily invested in Mass Effect. And at the time when it came out, I did not have $60 to buy it. And I never bought it. But with the magic of computers and file sharing, well, you know what? I'm fucking playing it. And I love it. Well, I don't love it. It's pretty good. But I love the fact I'm able to play it. The thing is, I was so invested in Mass Effect, it was crazy. Like, when the first game came out, I remember being so into it that I completely went offline and just played that for like a month. And when I played it, I didn't just play it. I went through like every dialogue option there is in the game. Unbelievably tedious and nerdy. But I loved it so much because the Mass Effect world has got such a rich world that they've created. The characters, the technology, everything fits so well together. And to be honest, the amount of detail and depth they put into Mass Effect rivals any mainstream large franchise like Star Wars or Star Trek. Like if you really take the details from Mass Effect and compare it to Star Trek, it's like Star Trek looks like a kid's show. Now listen, I love Star Trek. Poor Leonard Nimoy just passed away too, and that's very sad. But I was one of the few people from my generation that actually likes the older better than like next gen. So I like the original Star Trek with the tribbles and damage him and all that good stuff. I never really got into Next Generation, but God damn it, man, Mass Effect is good. And when the second game came out, I wasn't really as into it as the first one, to be honest. Because in the first one, they had shit tons of gear, and it was very much like a Bioware RPG, like Knights of the Old Republic. You have all this different gear, but they kind of changed it, and they streamlined it, and made it more about the story than they did about the combat, kind of. Or at least gear acquisition. But I still liked it, and the story was good. But it never, I was never as into it as I was in the first game. The first game just laid the groundwork for such an amazing story. And there's not a whole lot, extra multimedia tied to Mass Effect. They were talking about making a movie for the longest time. I don't think they're doing that. There may be comics, but honestly, when I realized I couldn't get Mass Effect 3, I kind of stopped caring. This has been years. So just now, I have gotten back into Mass Effect 3, and it's like, yes, it's great. I mean, it's good shit. God, I love Mass Effect. Fucking Shepard. Now there's FemShep. I almost played as FemShep because she looks so cool. And the amount of work, like, they had to have another person come in and do the entire fucking game worth of dialogue for Shep. That is unbelievably hard. Those voice actors in those games, I mean, come on. That's some impressive stuff. How do you do that? They must get paid a shit ton. Or maybe not. I don't know. They're just like the marathon runners of voice acting. But if you haven't played Mass Effect and if you're listening to this, go play it. It's one of the greatest stories ever told in the video game medium. So, check it out. I did hear that the ending was bad, though, of Mass Effect 3. And that was a big controversy at the time. And I do a very good job of censoring myself from spoilers. I never knew... Well, spoiler alert, if you don't already know, in Final Fantasy VII, one of the main characters dies. And I had no idea that the main character died. And it wasn't until I played Final Fantasy VII in, like, 2013 on the computer that I was like, what the fuck? Because she was like the strongest character in the game, and they just kill her. Like Sephiroth just stabs her in the back. It's like, no! But it was a complete surprise to me at that time. So hopefully the Mass Effect 3 ending isn't so bad. I have all the DLC and shit too, so I don't know. I think they added a different ending. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the journey, not necessarily the ending. Because that's a... I don't know enough about it. I'm still speculating, but like, the ending has to be good in a series like that. The amount of shit that they've set up, it's got to be a good ending. And I mean, like, in other stories, I'm kind of rambling about Mass Effect now, but in other stories, think about the stakes. There's there is no more higher stakes than Mass Effect. It's like, okay, if Shep fails, then the entire universe is over. The Reapers are going to come and destroy all intelligent organic life or space-faring races. And that's it. It's over. And then in another billion years or whatever, they're going to have another race. And the same shit's going to happen. So, like, the stakes have never been higher. I mean, in what other multimedia? I can't think of anything. Like the apocalypse. Not just the global apocalypse, but the all-encompassing apocalypse is upon these characters. Fucking Mass Effect. Such good shit. But anyway, Mass Effect, it kicks ass. Go play it. Catch you later.